So I had a dream that I think is very emblematic of this show that we do last night.
Oh, worry.
So in our timeline, 6 weeks in the past, the episode 7 rotation 5 episode just came out. And in that episode, there is a Looper joke where it's Harrison Ford coming back to face the young Han Solo. Last night, I had a dream where Harrison Ford was in Solo the movie, but just as a different character, still dressed up as Han Solo.
Does he have the little earring?
Yeah, and it was like modern Harrison Ford, like old Harrison Ford. That's really it was really weird, and it was very emblematic of what this podcast is doing to me.
I kind of want to see that now.
Just Harrison Ford, not as Han Solo, in a movie where he's playing someone else.
Mad respect to them if they had done that. If they just had Harrison Ford come in and just play a bit part in this movie, like it would have worked. I mean, he looks like the ghost of Harrison Ford at this point. I mean, you're gonna put him in costume and.
Are you telling me Harrison Ford looks like a Harrison Ford knockoff?
I mean, it wouldn't have been. All I'm saying is it wouldn't have been as jarring as it would have been in a lot of other cases. I think you could have shoehorned old Harrison Ford into Solo as a side character. That would have put him under a mask. We got the princes and Tom Hardy and just putting everyone. James Bond is a stormtrooper now.
Are you telling me to make Harrison Ford a stormtrooper?
I mean, we've done that already. That's boring at this point. Move on. Put him in a different costume. Give me make Harrison Ford a small Wookiee. I feel like he's earned that.
I feel like he's earned that.
Small Wookiee.
Chris,
what's up?
We have small Wookiees. They're called Ewoks.
You son of a you ruined a good thing. Roll the intro.
Hello and welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, the podcast in which we watch one Star Wars movie every week forever. This week, we begin our original trilogy run in the 6th rotation with A New Hope. Ben, how was your watch?
Good.
The hesitation.
It wasn't even the hesitation for me. It was
good.
The weak, like, yeah, good. Like, we're really phoning in even the good times.
I'm getting to a point where it's just like, Ben, how was your watch? And I'm just like, it's Star Wars again. Yeah, my watch was all right. It was A New Hope. Could have been worse.
I like that our measurement is now terrible, could have been worse, and then Revenge of the Sith or Empire. That's our measurement.
Yeah.
And let it be known, Ben loves A New Hope, adores this movie, and now this falls strictly like under the could have been worse category.
It was an okay watch, a slight positive, if you will.
Chris, how was your watch?
Why are we doing this? Why? Remind me. Why are we doing this? What was the impetus of this?
Well, in December of 2019, I had a bad idea, and that was the impetus of this. And then I asked you to, and you said yes, and then I said, are you sure this is going to be terrible eventually? And you're like, yes.
We were, to be fair, in the midst of a pandemic. I didn't know if I was going outside ever again, and then he was like, yeah, we'll do a Star Wars podcast. That won't affect my life negatively.
That'll pass the time.
Yeah, that'll pass the time. That won't...
So, Jay, how was your watch?
It was good. It wasn't as good as the past. Half the movie was really great. Half the movie was the ABC's concept album. So, it was good.
I was scared when I didn't see any epiphany like gifts
Oh,
in the Discord while you were
there
watching.
were. You just weren't paying attention.
There were.
Yeah, you just weren't paying attention apparently.
There was a point this week where you guys were lighting up like 4 different Discord channels at the same time, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not catching up on any of
We
this.
get these spurts of energy occasionally. We're very much like a cheetah. We're good in small doses, and then we peter out, and we're just coasting from that.
No, what happened this week is I didn't edit last week, so I edited 2 podcasts in 1 week, and that's why the Discord was lighting up.
That's right. That's what it was.
No, the watch was fine. Yeah, half the episode was the ABCs. Like they did a concept album that is to explain the ABCs to kids, so that wasn't great. It had moments of brilliance, but it was definitely the weakest watch so far.
There's something I really love about this They Might Be Giants thing, and that is the fact that I don't think They Might Be Giants are super mainstream in a way where people would even have a passing knowledge. Like you would say They Might Be Giants, and I think most people
would be like, "Oh, Birdhouse in Your Soul," and that would be it.
Oh, I mean, you're giving, I think, a lot of credit. I don't know what Ben's face. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sorry. I just looked over at Ben's face, and you were so focused on something, and you looked a little scared.
I went down a random ass Wikipedia rabbit hole anyway.
Already?
You know, the best thing about this They Might Be Giants thing to me though is the fact that like I think most people at best have like one song they might know or a general idea of that you're even talking about music or a band. So I love the fact that those people are probably listening to this and only getting passing references. And then when you say stuff like, yeah, you know, the concept album they did to explain the ABCs to children, that's just such a very specific thing.
The reason why I picked them is 1, I love them. 2, they've done everything. Like, there's nothing they haven't done. So every song is just like whiplash or like, oh my god, this was fucking okay, synth pop. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, fucking, okay, fucking ska. Okay, oh, this is electronic. Okay. So it's constantly just like, what the fuck is going on?
To be fair, I don't believe they've done a Star Wars album, so I don't believe you can say they've done everything.
Well, we can consider this their Star Wars album.
That's not fair. Friends of the show, They Might Be Giants. If you're listening,
I wish
you need to do a Star Wars album, and then, but it needs to be the total length of all 9 Star Wars movies, so that Jay has something to listen to specifically for this.
I'd do it.
You're straight up just asking They Might Be Giants to rescore all of Star Wars.
I mean, they already did, and it was our podcast list that I made for this show. Also, I do tag They Might Be Giants every week, so a little part of my heart is gonna be like, in like 2 or 3 weeks, they're gonna be like, why do I get this tag every fucking week?
Yeah, there's like there's like an intern or something who's like managing that social media account. Like, what the fuck is this? Who are these people?
Every week, either Thursday or Friday, some person is just like watching A New Hope and listening to They Might Be Giants. Okay, watching Empire Strikes Back. Like every week, this person is doing this. What the fuck is going on?
I like to think that's probably most people's reaction if they like trip over us on YouTube or something. It's like, the fuck is this? What are these fucking dorks doing?
That's the goal. That really is the goal. You asked at the beginning of the episode, why do we do this? That's the goal.
Yeah, you know
I'm with Jay on this. I want some random person in like 25, 30 years to just discover that we've been doing this for 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I'm back on board. You got me. You
son
of a bitch, I'm in.
You son of a bitch.
I was gonna quit the podcast, but now you've explained the concept to me that we all have previously understood. I'm in.
Yeah, you've breathed new life into it for me. I strayed for a moment, but I've returned.
Chris, heresy.
Shun the non-believer.
Do you think that Obi-Wan, when he told Luke to let go, wasn't saying to use the Force and just give himself to the Force? Do you think that he was just saying, let go, you're gonna fucking die. Who cares? You're in a starfighter in the middle of space. Like, who fucking cares? Like, just accept that you're probably gonna die.
Yeah. Obi-Wan was like, drawing back on my my experience in space battles, I think you should just hands Force take the wheel and let whatever's gonna happen. You don't happen to have an extra Skywalker to shoot things off of your ship, do you? Those tend to come in handy as well.
My perfectly reasonable advice to you in this moment in the face of the Death Star is embrace the sweet, sweet nectar of death.
Do you happen to have any ancillary soldier archetypes around you that you could send off to their death as a distraction? Those come in handy as well. Just don't let your extra Skywalker try to stop them. They have the job to do.
Well, no, that's what Luke pretty much does, because like 90% of the starfighters go down.
Yeah, but it's the opposite of it though. Like
using Obi-Wan's training.
In Revenge of the Sith, it's like everybody dying for them, and then in this case, it's like, well, everyone has died. I guess the farmer can do it.
Everyone who was previously dying has now died.
Send the fucking farmhand in.
Just fucking shooting womp rats or whatever. Fucking, I don't know what this pest control kid is gonna.
So badly want someone in that meeting room to look at Luke and be like, the fuck is a womp rat?
I don't.
Fuck is a womp rat? So you're just an exterminator with extra steps? Is that what you're saying?
See, I've always been confused by people riffing off of that scene, and I will happily riff off of any scene, any scene, no matter if it makes sense or not. But, like, it's very clear, like, he's saying that quietly, not bringing the attention of the proctor. Like, I know the Families guys did a bit about that, where it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're embarrassing me. But, like, he did it quietly.
It's also, people always make fun of that scene, like, oh, what does that even mean? What do you do? You people clearly never grew up either near a rural area with dumb friends or redneck family, which I had both of, and you clearly never had a BB gun.
Yeah.
And just looking for something to shoot. And I was like, oh, there's rats in the barn. Let's go shoot them.
Yep.
Everyone's got a friend with a barn with rats, just in infinite supply. It's like a video game tutorial.
Yeah.
It's the Fallout tutorial when you literally get given a BB gun. They're like, let's go shoot the giant fucking roaches.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, also, I imagine the fucking the general dude, I forget his name, giving the
general dude
on how they're
gonna
explode the death ball. And just imagine, Mr. Skywalker, is there something you'd like to share with the rest of the class? He's sitting there like whispering.
Although, now that I think about it, I've come around on my own argument. I feel like if I was in the military,
oh no,
if I was in the army, and we were surrounded, and we were barricaded in a little, and we're having a meeting, and we're like, how are we going to get out of this? We have to, here's the plan. What skills do people have to offer? And I was like, yeah, I used to shoot rats in a barn with a BB gun. Is that helpful to anyone here? Now that you mention it, the enemy is small, furry, and
Can you imagine a character like Saul Guerrera or Cassian Andor being in the room at that time? Like, excuse me, what did you just say?
I'm just picturing the absolute most what the fuck look on Saw Gerrera's face.
I murdered a man in cold blood yesterday for the rebellion, and you're here talking about fucking bullseye and womp rats?
I really love that
fight since I was 6 years old.
Came around to fight myself on that argument there. Knock my own point out the window.
You just have to embrace both sides of the argument for the humor of it.
Yeah, I guess you have to look at it from a certain point of view.
Is that the first time? I think that's the first time we've made that joke on the podcast, and I really would have loved if we got through this entire thing without ever doing it.
Haven't we done a bunch of from a certain point of view bits
Is
specifically to piss you off?
Is this what it feels like when I mention pod?
Yes.
Because it feels like this is what it feels like when I
feel
mention
like
pod.
Just kind of like acid reflux, just like yeah.
No, it's just I suddenly have no desire to do anything.
Ow!
You okay there, Jay? Jay?
Something hit me in the head.
Oh no.
The rats are shooting back. The womp rats, they're rising up.
Oh, major merchandise has arrived at Planet Walmart. Well, you didn't have to throw it at my fucking head, asshole.
The bits are getting physical. The bits have taken on a life of their own.
The worst part is, since we always have backgrounds, I'm not 100% sure that anybody saw it hit me in the head.
Nope.
So it was.
Nope.
I was afraid so. This is actually a little bit older than I usually like these to be, but it wasn't on Disney, so I'm counting it because I had no way of knowing it was available. So this is from April.
Well, that's not that far. The way you said that, I thought it was going to be like years.
years.
Yeah, like this is from Phantom Menace.
This is from
Anyway, in
1977. So I don't want to read the details. I just want to put up the picture of it and let you.
I love these.
I don't want to put up a picture. I don't want to explain it. I just want to put up a picture.
Perfect.
Oh, my anxiety.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen memes of this.
Why? Why? I love the fucking like tactical handle on it though. I love the tactical fucking handle. All right, Star Wars. We know what you planned for this to be used for. We know what's up.
Jesus Christ.
So this is the Oxygenic Star Wars Darth Vader 3-spray handheld shower head. May the Force be with you thanks to this Darth Vader handheld shower head with Oxygenics. Become the master of your shower with the pressure-boosting shower head using 3 spray settings and the comfort control grip. With the Darth Vader shower head from Oxygenics, you can now use the Force to turn your bathroom into your own personal empire. That comment is not a part of the original paragraph. It's a bullet note, as if it's an addition. An additional feature.
It's a feature.
Some marketing person sprinted down a hall as they were putting this up, and they're like, "Hold on, I thought of something great."
Harrison Ford sprinted down a hall.
Oh my god.
See, I've seen this a couple of times in like memes and shit, so I never thought it was an actual product until today.
Except it
I
is.
always thought this was something someone just like fucking made in like fucking Photoshop or some shit.
It has anti-clog nozzles. It's 3 powerful spray settings with patented Oxygenics technology and rinse and clean faster. Comfortable control lever to adjust water pressure.
We're really
rubber
just
grip
reading all the features of this fucking thing.
No. I'm gonna.
What are we
there's
doing?
So many.
There's
I'm
so
just
many
explaining.
features.
Listen, if I explain this properly, it'll explain what it looks like, and then I can hand it over to one of you and it be like, explain what this fucking thing looks like. Handheld design, 6 diameter shower head. Would someone like to explain what this looks like? And the most obvious of traits, please save for last.
I mean,
I don't know how I saved the most obvious thing for last because it's all I want to talk about.
It's handle. I really want to come back to this handle because it's. I mean, we've established at this point it's a shower head. And like tactical grip, seriously. Like it's got a full on got finger grooves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very ergonomic.
Yeah, like it's got that shit you see on all like the mall ninja knives where it's like, oh, it's fucking slip proof, and you don't except in this case you actually want slip proof, it's a very serious handle for a shower head. It's very professional.
I just like how Chris like really briefly slipped into like marketing mode where it's like, yeah, and you want slip proof.
I'm a great salesman. I'm a salesman at heart. I don't know. I really am. It just turns on.
You can advertise with Star Wars every week forever.
You can advertise with us. We are accepting. Listen, if you want to make weird fucking shower heads, I will sell your weird fucking shower heads.
I just want to make sure that like multiple images of this
Whoa,
are up.
Okay, that changes everything.
I'm looking at a lot of images for it right now, and it's like, yikes.
Hold on. The next one also changes everything, and so does the one after that.
Mother of God.
Someone needs to explain the most important part now.
So Darth Vader's eyeballs. No, I know not just the eyeballs, but the eyeballs is the most like.
Chris just realized.
In this moment, all I'm picturing is that this is some horrific punishment from Palpatine. He's like, yes, you did badly again, Lord Vader. This week, I will shower from your face.
Yes.
I will shower with your tears.
This Vader head has the strangest googly eyes ever because the mainstream of water comes from the eyes, but that's not all because there are multiple other handles.
But
and
wait,
yes,
there's more.
If you so wish, you too can be spit on by Darth Vader.
Oof.
Look at it. It's deep. This whole thing.
I mean,
when I saw this today, when I finally saw this, I was like, I could riff on this for hours. The problem isn't going to be riffing on it. The problem is going to be not spending an hour on it.
Tarkin, get in here. If I bring up Padme, he cries so much I can shower in it.
This is what happens when we get sand into his receptors. There is a filtration system. It's totally clean. His tears can be used to bathe, yes.
Fucking Darth Vader with a pistol grip.
The tactical Darth Vader shower handle.
Strikes again. Man, they're just the audacity of capitalism sometimes, let me tell you. Like, you know what you fucking need? Darth Vader shower head.
All we need is this Darth Vader head to have a voice imprint that says, "Do you have health insurance?"
No,
and then it's a perfect comment on capitalism.
It's just the no scream from the end of Revenge of the Sith just drawn out the whole time the shower is on.
You go to turn it on and it just slowly begins to start and it stays exactly what you said until you turn it off.
I would never shower again.
There's like a little asterisk.
I would never shower again if I saw this into anybody I know's fucking shower.
There's a little asterisk on the packaging. It's like, Darth Vader's shower head does not support usage of cold water. Only hot water, all the time.
Please keep this item away from sand. It's coarse and rough and gets in everywhere.
Joke's on you, Jay. I just ordered it.
You gotta be kidding me. You
didn't. I wish I was that ballsy.
I would love to do it.
Although this is very dangerous because I did just get paid today.
You just gave me such a heart attack.
This dumb thing.
I will kill major merchandise as a segment if I ever see either of you buy something.
I think I can change my shower head probably.
No.
The Force is strong. I'm looking at reviews now. Does not spray right. Ooh, maybe that anti-clog technology wasn't so foolproof.
I can't express enough that the way they have this set up, you can decide which part of the face the water comes out of, and it
so
leads
like
to
it
some
could
of the
either
most
come out
hilarious.
the eyes, or like anywhere. Like there's holes all over the rest of the front face section. So it either comes out the eyes, comes out all the other miscellaneous holes, or both.
Also, there's a random eyebrow series of holes in the helmet.
Yeah, they're like
the rest-
right on the big. What's wrong, Chris?
It's discontinued. It's no longer sold online.
What?
Check eBay.
No.
There's one
so
on eBay
expensive
for
on eBay.
$27.98.
Oh, that's it. That's a bargain.
No, don't buy it.
Don't buy that shit right now.
No. Stop. I will never do this segment again. I don't care if major merchandise kills me in my sleep. I will never do this segment again.
How funny of a bit would it be if this whole time I've been secretly buying all of the pieces?
Not funny at all, because
and
your
one day
wife
I'm just
would have
waiting
murdered
to
you.
When it's like a dust. Listen, my wife knows I'm gonna spend stupid money on stupid things. Stuff just shows up. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a thing." You know, whatever. I can sneak a Darth Vader shower head by. She loves Vader. It'll be fine.
Honey, I got something you'll love.
Would you like to shower in the tears of a murderer, of a mass murderer?
Will it help if while you're showering, I sit out in the bathroom and I do a Palpatine impression the whole time?
Yes.
God damn it.
Bathe in Lord Vader's tears. Yes.
I like how Chris waits to say the funniest shit to when I'm like halfway through an energy drink sip.
I can time it now. Just snipe it.
I did, while I was editing this week, you got a full spray out of me. You got a full, just like, spitting out drink spray out of me.
Spit take from Jay.
You almost got a full spray from me just at your phrasing. What the fuck?
If you do like spray, random spray out of orifice that should not spray, you can get the Darth Vader shower head.
See, this is why you advertise with us, because we always come back around to it. We fucking deliver. We are professionals.
Are we?
Yeah. We've been writing a whole fucking Darth Vader animated series.
If you would like your daddy Darth to spit on you, you can buy the Darth Vader shower head.
Plumber's tape included.
I wonder if we could sneak that through, the title of an episode being Daddy Darth. Do you think we could sneak that through? I bet we could.
I don't like Daddy Darth. I need us to stop saying it.
Oh, Chris is all of a sudden uncomfortable with the daddy.
Yeah, Chris all of a sudden. Chris, here's a little behind the scenes information. For about 2 weeks, Chris has been referring to himself in our friend groups as Daddy, but all of a sudden he's uncomfortable with the use of the term Daddy Darth.
I'm doing it solely because it got such a strong just such a fucking reaction out of you.
Yeah, it did.
And so now but hearing it come from you and combined with Vader, Daddy Darth, I don't like it.
No, I don't like. Listen,
Daddy
I can't
Darth
deal with the idea of the fake character Darth Vader being referred to as a daddy, but referring to myself as daddy to my friends, I'm
listen. All right, now fine, Jay. Let's go into this. You want to talk about Daddy Darth spitting on you? Let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's ask friends of the show Zins to make some new fan fiction.
No.
Just titled
So
Daddy Darth.
So apparently, for real, the Darth Vader shower head is sold out at Planet Walmart.
It is sold out.
Yeah, but listen. I found one. You could buy 3 for $21.25 each.
Listen, I got 2 bathrooms in my place now. We got one bathroom we don't even use. I could just put that shit in there. My wife wouldn't even notice for like a year.
If I get
We'd
one
be
of
moving
these,
out of this place. She's like, this is Darth Vader.
Like, oh
If
shit!
I
I
get
never
one
knew
of
that
these-
was there.
if I get one of these in the mail, I will bludgeon to death whoever sent it to me.
Oh my god, I hadn't even thought of that.
Jay, that's a great idea.
Oh no. No. I still live with my dad. Don't do that to me.
Does he want one?
No.
You want to check if he wants one?
Unbelievably no. Incredibly no. Under
just-
no conditions. Stop writing it on your whiteboard.
Chris,
what's up?
we'll put together a mailing list.
Perfect. Zins might want one. Friend of the show, Zin. What about friend of the show, Redacted? Friend of the show,
might want
Redacted, a Darth Vader
Sure,
showerhead.
the more you give to other people,
I'll get
the
one
less
for
you give
Mr.
to me.
Mishap because I owe him a couple of gifts because Mr. Mishap has been sending me Star Wars merch since the start of this podcast.
Anja maxed out. Other more quiet fans can all have them, and that way I don't get one. Don't buy these, y'all.
I got home from work one day this week, and on the kitchen table is just a like 501st Lego Star Wars set. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I didn't want to like draw attention to it. So I'm sitting there eating dinner with my stepmom, and she goes, "Oh yeah, something came in the mail for you." And she sounded very confused, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I pull up the little paper that came with it, because apparently she thought it was one of her Amazon packages. So I look at the little paper that came with it, and it's goddamn Mr. Mishap fucking sent me a Lego Star Wars set, like the legend he is. And that made my soul happy this week.
That is the nicest thing. The
He would
worst
love it.
response you could send to Mr. Mishap for this is
He
to
would love
give
it.
him this.
Jay,
I
what if the next time you and I see each other, I just roll up in fucking Boba Fett sneakers with a Chewbacca hoodie?
will cancel the podcast.
Like, what if
this
I have a
forever
closet
podcast
full?
will
What if
exist no more.
what if I have a closet full of all of this fucking merch that we've been talking about?
I will be deeply concerned for
I
your
got the
spending
big
habits.
Yoda Crocs. I got the fucking the Yoda shoes.
See, now it's starting to seem like an insult, not only because the idea of you,
Yoda Jameson shoes.
not only because of the idea of you doing this, but also because I have to put all of these products back up on the screen in the YouTube copy. It seems even more like an insult to me.
I spend money on stupid things, and I like encouraging others to do so. I send Ben Black Series figures occasionally, just like, hey, look at this thing that you have to see now. And
Once in a while it'll be like, oh cool, and once in a while it'll be like, oh god.
You know, I came into this segment thinking I haven't given Major Merchandise a lot of love lately.
I love Major Merchandise.
Yes, me too.
It's the best.
Major Merchandise segments are not meant to get anybody to buy anything.
It makes my shopping easier. I like being told where to go and what
So that's the end of the segment.
Because I'm just a little bitch for capitalism.
I was gonna say, Chris, you really bought into the capitalist plot here, didn't you?
Major Merchandise has, in fact, unfortunately sold out at Planet Walmart.
As we've said for
Planet
I think
Bath
like
and Beyond,
the
actually.
second or third time on the show today.
Yes, I did find this on Bed Bath & Beyond. I really think the PR was so bad on this that they didn't run out of product. They just pulled it.
Isn't Bed Bath & Beyond closing a bunch of stores? Is this what did it?
Saw Jay's IP pop up on like recent visits to the website. They were like, "Oh God, we know what's happening.
We know what's coming. Shut it down. Shut it down. We can't afford to be burned by Major Merchandise."
We really have created a real cast of characters here at Star Wars Every Week Forever. We have Major Merchandise and Minch and...
What does Major Merchandise look like? We have never expanded on that.
Well, I can tell you what he's wearing.
Is a faceless.
Major Merchandise is an eldritch horror that's only ability to keep a form is the merchandise that we have given it. If I have put out like 2 different pairs of shoes or 4, that's how many legs it has.
It's like a Death Knight with like fucking Chewbacca hoodie. It's got like a sword made out of that Jar Jar lollipop thing with the tongue. It's just really long and.
We've never had that on Major.
I mean, it's such a well-known piece of terrible merchandise that it would just be lazy at this point for us to do that, I think. I think everyone knows that image at this point. It haunts every Star Wars fan's nightmares.
Ben just sat up stark upright and all of a sudden looked at his screen and started typing, and I'm horrified at the.
Oh God!
Oh, you've never seen it before?
Ah!
Chris has been trying to have me do a Wayback Machine on this item forever. So I guess describe the Jar Jar.
Goodbye,
Ben ran.
Ben's weeping. Ben's weeping at its beauty.
Ben ran away. So I guess describe this.
Ben, go ahead and describe it, because this is a new experience for you. I love that his eyes are just, he's like, ah.
I want death. I wish Star Wars never existed.
You're right. That item does elicit the response. I wish this franchise had never been made.
I'm not gonna sleep for 3 weeks.
So what this item was, it was promotion for the Phantom Menace, and it was a push pop, and the pop, the bottom was Jar Jar's head, and the pop was his tongue. So yes, you could French Jar Jar Binks in the year 1998.
You know what makes me really sad? I remember these, and I know that I had at least one of these. So at one point in my fucking childhood, I'm pretty sure I experienced this.
You had French kicks.
It explains a lot, actually, if we're being honest. It explains a lot. It answers some questions, quite frankly.
Do they have a Boss Nass one?
I was so hoping you would. Chris threw up the ball. I was so hoping you would knock it out of the park, and you did.
They do not.
Then he seriously looked for it.
You know what? I'm gonna find an artist. I'm gonna commission an artist to get a Boss Nass body pillow made for you. Let's fucking do it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was gonna say don't do it, but I'm in favor of this.
That's what I'm gonna get you for our podcast anniversary,
which is coming up in 4 weeks.
I feel so bad for my FBI agent.
Now, what's that in real time? Is that 4 weeks from this episode coming out, or 4 weeks to us right now?
Yes.
All right.
Here's all you need to know. The night we record episode 7 of this rotation, we will be celebrating a year.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
What a fucking shitty way to celebrate. Talking about The Force Awakens.
I had the same thought.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Can you imagine if it fell on Rise of Skywalker? I mean, that would be...
It'd be poetic.
It would be pretty poetic.
I feel like that would just be invitation for us to say, okay, let's not talk about Rise of Skywalker today.
Like, hey, surprise podcast retrospective episode.
By then, your shower heads will have arrived.
No.
Chris, stop. She won't be surprised if you keep bringing it up.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I will bludgeon you to death with it if I get it.
You're encouraging me.
And you know what would come in handy in a bludgeoning? That non-slip handle. Let you keep a firm grip through the blood. Just really, just...
I hate you all so much. You fucking
sir,
suck so bad.
Can I interest you in the shower head, sir?
I hate you so much. You're a son of a bitch. So, at the risk of talking about Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Fairly.
Could someone please pitch to me a scenario in which R2-D2 was able to get behind those giant fucking CG rocks?
Oh, you see,
He's Googling.
I mean, he's got a jetpack that we always forget about until he
Right, but
uses
there's
it
a
2
roof on.
times.
There's a roof on this little incline that he's inside of, so somehow he got between 2 giant rocks.
I don't.
I need a lore reason.
Do you want to know what the lore reason is?
What?
Because the great one in the sky, George Lucas,
The great and powerful George Lucas.
George Lucas.
George Lucas.
He how would a Star Wars Georg Lucas.
Georg Lucas.
Okay, I tried to go into a deep dive on this stuff, and when my consciousness turns back to whatever the fuck is going on here, we're doing like chants.
Georg Lucas.
We're doing like fucking orc chants.
Yeah, when he made the things that happen in our universe, he didn't think about plot progression or remembering what he did in the last scene.
Georg Lucas, hallowed be his name. Thy Star Wars come, thy scenes undone.
Oh, great God of early access.
What the fuck are
your message is championed by your
we just have a time on this
Todd
podcast.
Howard. I don't think I'm doing the podcast from off screen from now on. I don't think it gets talked about enough that in between scenes for this fucking movie, there's a very good chance that Harrison Ford was putting back in his little hoop earring between scenes.
You're obsessed with this hoop earring.
I don't think people talk enough about the fact that Harrison Ford has one hoop earring that he's had forever. I have no proof that Harrison Ford's never not, had that little hoop. Why didn't they let Han Solo have a little hoop?
Why
Cowards.
didn't they let? You've been good. You can have a little hoop.
Damn it, George. Come on.
I'm sorry. Georg Lucas.
Georg Lucas.
Georg Lucas.
This sounds like a Star Wars character name, to be fair.
Why are we giving George Lucas an orc name?
Georg.
Listen, that's a Star Wars name.
No, this sounds like an orc war boss from like fucking 40K.
And Lucas said down upon Sagai, less oxygen. Work more.
Georg Lucas,
And
the
so it
biggest
was.
orc. Georg
No,
Lucas, the
do not
boss.
listen. We are writing a Bible. Get with it or get out of the way.
I feel
just like
I
any
was
good
just
organized
told to
religion,
leave.
we're just immediately committing war crimes and crimes against humanity. Wow, we really evolved quick. Shit. Life comes at you fast, and so does organized religion. Oh, God.
The baptizing of a member of the Georg Lucas cult is hitting your head off of a hut 16 times.
I mean, they did technically baptize Mark Hamill, and they tried to kill him.
Exactly.
Oh, God. The fuck were we talking about? Star Wars episode 4.
My brain is trying to process the events of the past like 20 minutes.
Don't. It's better if you don't.
And every time I get close to an answer, I just get Georg Lucas yelled at me 5 times.
Georg
And like it just like short circuits my brain.
Georg Lucas!
And then I'm pretty sure you were threatened with a crusade, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Jay threatened me with heresy.
Heresy.
Oh, God. Is this effectively the episode where we've talked about the episode we're on the least?
Yes, easily.
God.
Easily. I'm just obsessed with the cult of Georg Lucas now. I'm obsessed. And I don't think I'm wrong to be obsessed with my new cult.
This podcast is already a cult. We don't need a cult within our cult.
We've already done that.
Georg Lucas.
Georg Lucas.
I'm gonna buy a shower head out of spite.
Don't. I will
the first
move on.
time anyone's ever bought a shower head out of spite. That's not true. That's actually
Definitely not
very much
true.
not true. Never mind.
I will never bring up Georg Lucas again if you promise not to buy that shower head.
These shall be the terms of the
Don't
treaty.
make promises you can't keep.
I can keep this treaty. I can keep this promise. I will never bring up Georg Lucas except for the episode title of this episode and the release of this episode. I will never bring up Georg Lucas if you do not buy that shower head. I'm not kidding even slightly. He has a look on his face that implies he already did it.
I plead the fifth.
Did you, Ben? No,
I think
hold
Ben
on.
bought a fucking
Fuck this show.
shower head.
Okay.
The show's still happening, audience. We're still here. We're just, hey, you're here with your boy.
Ben and Jay are just taking
Georg
turns
Lucas.
giving each other existential dread.
I didn't bring it up, Kristen.
It's your boy, Georg Lucas.
Does Harrison Ford have a hoop earring?
Harrison Ford is a hoop earring. And keep in mind, he played the president. And I'm just here to say that he should be allowed to keep the hoop earring in every fucking role. He should have been the hoop earring president. We should have had hoop earring fucking Han Solo. Hoop earring Indiana Jones could have been fucking rad.
I'm learning so many things today.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're an educational podcast.
We are.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't even pretend.
Put us in
to
the
say
educational
that.
category. If we had a fan base, this is where I ask them to vote us into the educational category, because that'd be hilarious.
I already put us in categories. That's not how that works. Also, we can't create the Georg Lucas cult and say that we're an educational podcast in the same breath. We're not allowed to do that. That's how bad things happen.
So I googled Harrison Ford hoop earrings for Google Images just to get an idea of what Chris was talking about, because I never heard of this. At the top, Google gives like related things to your search. The first one is Bruce Springsteen. And the next one says Will Smith, but it's a picture of Harrison Ford there.
I'm very confused.
Wow, did Google whitewash Will Smith with Harrison Ford? Really? Oh
That's
my God. Wow. 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 Hold on. I'm going to go to our Twitter and I'm going to bring this to Google's attention. Continue the podcast. I'm seriously going to do this.
So, Chris, how was episode 4?
I was pretty hung up on the earring thing for a while, if I'm being honest. This happened during the watch. This is why I'm really
A real
fixing it.
sticking point.
It was a real sticking point. The ear. Anytime I remember that he has a little earring.
He has little hearing and also a little earring.
Oh, a little earring. Yeah, he just has.
Yeah, I need to rip for a second. So Harrison Ford is in JJ's office. JJ's like, listen, we need you to run down this hallway, dude. And Harrison Ford's like, you ain't getting me to run down a hallway. He goes, I'll take your fucking earring. He's like, I'll run down that goddamn hallway. No one takes Harrison Ford's earring.
No one take Ford earring.
What if? Oh my God, I've cracked it.
Why are we orcs?
I've cracked it. You know how we've talked before about Harrison Ford just walking away from a fucking plane crash, like, you know, it was nothing? What if Harrison Ford, like, the source of his power is in his little earring, and, like, it's like his phylactery or something? It's like,
Are Are you honestly making the argument right now, Chris, that Harrison Ford is a lich?
I mean,
this is not. I would not be surprised by this information.
Ben, I'm gonna make a bet right now. I could argue easier that he is a lich than you could that he is not.
God damn it, you talked me into it.
That'd be a hell of a debate. Just, a grandkid shows Harrison Ford this one day, like, yeah, these two nerds debated about whether or not you're a lich, and Harrison Ford's like, what are these nerds doing? What is
Where
a
are
lich?
they?
Where are they?
He just
They
goes,
think they can
goddamn
do this to
Star Wars
Harrison Ford."
fans.
Where are the other nerds going?
Those fucking nerds. Goddamn Star Wars nerds.
Kid doesn't even tell him what our shtick is. He just knows. He's like, fucking Star
Yeah.
Wars nerds.
Fucking Star Wars.
So, let me run down some of my highlights of the They Might Be Giants A New Hope watch,
Oh,
which
that's a
will
thing.
be way worse quality than the rest of this episode.
I discovered something.
Oh, we've seen this. I've seen this.
You've seen this?
I've seen this, yeah.
This is Harrison Ford fucking
Mhm.
cuddling Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
Listen, Harrison Ford has fun on Harrison Ford's terms, all right? When he's really in it, he's in it.
when he's not, you cannot get him to do anything.
All right, in that case, proceed, because that fucked me up, and I needed to share it.
I mean, it's a hell of a picture.
There will never be anything Harrison Ford related that is better than the clip of him and David Blaine when David Blaine does the magic trick to him, and he just like deadpan looks at him and just,
get the fuck out of my house. Okay. Whoa.
I've never seen this.
oh, it's the best.
All right, so here are my highlights from
They Might Be Giants.
They Might Be Giants. Your
They
highlights.
Might Be Giants. Friend of the show, They Might Be Giants. Please be a friend of the show. Please be a friend of the show. All right. The Long Grift, They Might Be Giants' contribution to Hedwig and the Angry Inch, a song about being taken advantage of by a pimp, preludes Vader's arrival on the Tantive 4, as we have decided to call it on the show, which works very well with just Vader's entire existence in regards to Palpatine. The Savoy Truffle has a psychedelic sound with a lot of brass that works very well for the droid scenes at the beginning of the film, but not at all the tone. The fact that experimental film played during this movie at all is great. Memo to Human Resources has a guitar solo that hits just as R2-D2 falls over, and the lyrics, "Then the people came to talk me down," hit just as they go to pick him up. And the scene ends with the lyrics, "I don't need advice, I'm down," which is just great slapstick comedy. The Dewbacks cry out when the silence that preloads the robotic bass hits. The song also has the lyrics, "Needing a mind for later on is a friend that comes for a price. But when you hate the friend, that comes at a price," which preludes the scene where R2-D2 and 3PO are literally sold. The song Prevenge plays during the sale, which really works when you, and this is like the most important part of the entire watch, the idea that R2-D2 is trying to get revenge on both C-3PO and Luke Skywalker for being put in this situation and sold. Like throughout the entirety, like the if there was a mini arc in this watch, it was just R2-D2 putting as much aggression towards these two people as possible in this small part. So the song Prevenge plays during the entire sale, and more often than not, it cuts right to R2-D2 during its high points, as if he's looking at them like, "I'm going to run as soon as you fucking bring me inside of that house." Thunderpurd was an interesting juxtaposition between the Obi-Wan scene, because it's a lament of someone who has their partner leave, claiming that they left the best thing they'd ever done behind and it plays over a scene where that foretells Luke's need to leave Tatooine, and the best things he would do is beyond that. So it's just an interesting juxtaposition. The first chorus of Some Crazy Bastard Wants to Hit Me from Bastard Wants to Hit Me plays when 3PO smacks R2-D2 on the noggin, which is pretty great. The song The World Before Later On is a song lamenting the fact that they were living in a world before the scientific breakthroughs television promised were feasible. It's a very 2004 song, but it also works really well with Owen forcing Luke to stay and then into the binary sunset because it properly conveys how Luke feels trapped on the homestead. The song Museum of Idiots plays over Luke and 3PO chasing R2-D2, which again is the greatest mini arc in this entire episode. And it continues like through most of the chase. The song It's Kicking In has a more silent beginning before a heavy chorus, and then in that silence, right before the chorus hits, Obi-Wan's Tusken scream hits, and for a minute I thought it was a part of the song. It was so good. The song Damn Good Times hits just as Obi-Wan describes, or rather lies, about Anakin's death, which paints this picture of Obi-Wan being proud of leaving him to burn to death on Mustafar, which might be the best sync of the entire. The lyrics about a woman who the singer is in awe of further cements They Might Be Giants assertion that Obi-Wan banged Padme in the same scene. As Luke begins to deny the idea of leaving, these panicked and dark guitar solos start and get more frenzied until the fastest beats hit as the transition to the Star Destroyer arriving at the Death Star hits, which is fantastic. Broken 2, a song about forgetting an important piece of information that you've been told, plays over the entire board scene, which I took a lot of pride in because it perfectly describes an assertion that we have made based on the current canon over and over again. The fact that there are many Force users within the Empire and nobody in this room seems to be aware of it. That's about it. Other than I Can't Hide From My Mind plays during the Jedi Mind Trick, which is just really good. Most of the rest of it is just like completely average syncs. Oh, the lyrics, your apparent nonchalance belies the fact that you can only think of me from I'm All You Can Think Of play as Han walks away from Jabba, which is just fantastic in terms of where Han's mindset is at. But that's about it, because the rest of the album, for the most part, are either the ABC's concept album for kids or the entire album that they did of venue songs from certain towns. So it was an interesting watch for the first half, and the second half is just kind of like, well, it's better than listening to the movie. Which I was kind of, but there's definitely more music than there is dialogue and sound.
I tell you what, I'm starting to wish I had something to supplement my watch.
Mm-hmm. See, that was part of it too. Even if it sucked, which it has not in any stretch of the imagination, it's something else to do to keep you interested. Because,
It's not
God, it's hard.
Just the movie.
Yeah. I really think we brought up in a previous episode of this rotation that we should watch. We should have Dark Side of the Moon in an episode. We should just do a whole rotation where we listen to Dark Side of the Moon in every episode.
God.
Way far down the line, but or like one of Pink Floyd's album.
I'm okay with ruining Star Wars by watching it
Yeah,
constantly.
that's fair.
I'm not okay with ruining Pink Floyd by listening to them constantly.
That's fair.
I draw the line somewhere.
That's fair.
Oh.
Chris has been sitting in rumination for a very long time, and I'm slightly afraid.
I'm just doing the math on various shipping costs of shower heads. And
You fucking son of a bitch. This has been Star Wars every week forever. Good night. You rotten fucking... Don't buy it. I will destroy you. I will bludgeon you to death with it.
Hey, if you enjoyed us, thought we were funny, like our content, or just really love our suffering and want to hear more of it, we're available all over the place and release episodes every Wednesday around 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and in a unique format over on YouTube that our fans seem to dig. You can join in on the conversation over on Twitter as well, at SWEWF. We're quite active and love to hear from our fans. Sincerely, though, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with us on this car crash of a ride.